How did I get the WWE Champion in 1999? Well, it starts off with the millionaire second edition of having the number one contender for the title of SmackDown. The contestants are Max Martins, Christmas Eve, I'm a Celebrity, The Beautifuls, and Millionaire third edition. However, Max Martins went to the number one contender match, setting up for Ryan Palmer versus Britney Spears for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. At Royal Rumble, it looks like Max Martin will be regaining the WWE title. Britney steps up to the inside with it again, but the hooded man came in from the crowd and destroys Britney Spears, allowing Ryan Palmer to grab the pin to retain for the millionaire second edition. The hooded man revealed the match to none other than John Palmer. Later in the night, Brooke Vincent wins the Royal Rumble and challenged the Big Show for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 35. On the next night on SmackDown, Millionaire Second Edition welcomed John Palmer to join the group. They announced the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. The contestants are Max Martins, The Beautifuls, Christmas Eve, Millionaire Third Edition, and Super Nanny. It will be Adam Garrett defending her WWE title against Emma Ashford, Britney Spears, Mankin, Ashley McKinney, and John Cena. In the build-up of the match, Mankin was attacked by the hooded man to reveal Laura Brooks Smith and Livy Fowles. Laura Brooks Smith and Livy Fowles joined Millionaire Second Edition, and who will be Mankin's replacement? Waiting for the Mankin's replacement, just as we hear. I5 made a debut to replace Mankind. It was revealed that Brooke Nile will replace Mankind at the Elimination Chamber. So Adam Garrett defends her WWE title against Britney Spears, Brooke Nile, John Cena, Ashley McKinney, and Emma Ashford. The final two are Adam Garrett and Brooke Nile. But sadly, unfortunately, with the help of Laura Brooks Smith and Livy Fowles, Adam Garrett wins the Chamber of the Millionaire Second Edition continues. Therefore, Ryan Palmer continues to reign as WWE Champion. Right after Elimination Chamber, Brooke Nile, Britney Spears, and Ashley McKinney get a huge six-man tag win over WWE Champion Adam Garrett, Emma Ashford, and John Cena. It was revealed that Ryan Palmer will defend the WWE title of wrestling against Brooke Nile. On the next night on SmackDown, Kenny Ford debuts to replace Brooke Nile to take on Ryan Palmer for the WWE Championship. Mankind returns and states Katie Ford. This sets up a huge triple threat match at Fastlane when Ryan Palmer defends his WWE title against Katie Ford and Mankind. At Fastlane, Ryan Palmer ends up retaining his WWE title of the Millionaire Second Edition continues. Due to Ford anger, the camera interferes and cost Katie Ford her own loss. Brooke Nile sets up for a huge I5 mania. However, CK Flash comes out to announce Brooke Nile to have a 6-on-1 handicap match against WWE Champion Ryan Palmer, Joe Blizzard, Emma Ashford, John Cena, Richie Neville, and Scott Robinson. If Brooke Nile wins, she challenges Ryan Palmer for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Brooke Nile ends up winning the match. This sets up Ryan Palmer versus Brooke Nile for the WWE title at WrestleMania 35. At WrestleMania, Brooke Nile gets his big massive win over Ryan Palmer to end his own WWE title reign, as I5 will officially begun. Next night on SmackDown after WrestleMania, I5 had a championship celebration until Faye Wills, Richie Neville, and Scott Robinson challenged I5 into a match. I5 gets a 6-man tag win over Faye Wills, Richie Neville, and Scott Robinson. Brooke Nile was on the Katie Ford show. Brooke Nile wants Katie Ford to join I5 to set up a match against Christy Morelli, MCDT, and Taylor Yeager. Brooke Nile, Amora, and Katie Ford get a huge 6-man tag win. On the next night, Katie Ford shows heel and attacks Brooke Nile. This sets up for Brooke Nile defending the WWE Championship against Katie Ford at the Money in the Bank. At Money in the Bank, Brooke Nile retains after finishing KBR with the I have no idea. I5 continues their own reign. Later in the night, in a shocking moment, the Big Show returns and wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. The next night on SmackDown, I5 reunites as we hear dead and gone. It was Tia who distracts Brooke Nile. He distracted long enough for the returning Shane McMahon who attacks Brooke Nile. On the next night, Shane McMahon challenged Brooke Nile for the WWE Championship at Super Showdown. In the end, Brooke now defeats Shane to retain her WWE title to continue her feud with the Letter to reign. In the night after Super Showdown, I-5 gets a six-man tag win over Shane McMahon, Kenny Port, and Bethany Platt. Shane McMahon gets his match for the WWE title inside prison match. The match will take place on Stomping Grounds. Brooke now retains that the feud will come to an end. I-5's next challenge will be up against the Beautifuls. However, Faye Wills, Emma Asher, and Lisa Ellen attacks I-5 on Raw. In the build-up of the match, Emma Asher, Andrea, and Shelton gets a six-man tag win over I-5. At Extreme Rules, it will be Brooke Nile versus Emma Asher for the WWE Championship. This match is won by Brooke Nile, who retains. At this point, I-5 continues their own reign. Then after Extreme Rules, John Cena, Samantha Harvey, and Emma Asher gets a six-man tag win over I-5. We're setting up I-5's next challenger for SummerSlam. It's nearly their third edition. So at SummerSlam, it will be Brooke Nile versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. The match will enter the double count-out to set up a huge rematch at Clash of Champions. Then after SummerSlam, John Cena, the Big Boss Man, and Ken Shamrock gets a six-man tag win over I-5. John Cena, Boss Man, and Shamrock destroys I-5 after the match, as nearly their third edition hold their titles high to end the show. At Clash of Champions, Brooke Nile defeats John Cena to retain her WWE Championship to continue their I-5 reign. Then after Clash of Champions, I-5 gets a six-man tag win over John Cena, the Big Boss Man, and Ken Shamrock. That feud will come to an end. As just I-5 celebrating, we hear Devin Dawn from Sia and Justin Timberlake. It's the Barney era. Barney lays Brooke out with the ultimate punishment as the match takes place for the first SmackDown on Fox. It will be Brooke Nile versus Barney for the WWE Championship. At SmackDown, move over to Fox. Barney automatically defeats Brooke Nile to end I-5's reign as the Barney era has begun. So Barney is now the new WWE Champion. Suddenly after the match, a Jay Tracy debuts, accompanied by Nadine Coyle, who challenged Barney era for the WWE Championship at Crown Jewel. It was revealed that Bobby Lashley will defend his WWE Championship at Jay Tracy at Crown Jewel. At Crown Jewel, Lashley will walk away with the victory after the spear to a Jay, who continues their Barney era. Nadine Coyle and Laurel Brandon attacks Lashley and Sullivan after the match. This sets up the Bobby Lashley versus Nadine Coyle in a hardcore match for the WWE Championship. The match will take place at Survivor Series. At Survivor Series, Bobby Lashley gets a huge win over Nadine Coyle due to the help from Anna Deck. Nadine Coyle was sent to the Bush Tucker 10 times in a row as the Barney era continues their reign. At this point, the Barney era will end the year as champion. Join us for the next part, is 2000.